Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Departure. I decided to vlog. If you watched my last vlog, I was talking about how I am in Rochester getting tests done because I have a genetic heart condition called lung QT, and I just figured I would just double up on vlogs and do one about my lung QT appointments and my life having lung QT syndrome. I kind of decided to do it because I looked on YouTube and I was like, you know what, honestly, there's not a lot of videos out there besides like just doctors talking about it. So I guess this video is for anyone who either follows me, subscribes to my channel already, or just found it in the search function. This is what my appointments are like having lung QT and what my life is like having lung QT, so I thought I would share that. Also, if you don't know what lung QT is, it's a genetic heart condition that I have, and I am going to link an article down below where you can read about it because I just feel like I will butcher the explanation of it if I try. Usually what I tell people is it's like an arrhythmia disorder, and it really doesn't affect my life in a lot of ways, but it also affects my life in a lot of ways. But yeah, I'm gonna link an article down below because I'm gonna butcher it, but basically it's genetic, and that's why I have it, because I have the gene. Okay, I just got home from my appointment. As you can see, I'm all hooked up. I got my Holter monitor on. I put a sticker on too for what day of the week I'm gonna be there, which was today. But let me show you in the mirror my Holter monitor. So I have right here like a monitor, a little pack, and then it is hooked up to a couple different leads, and there's one here, and then two down here as well. Now what I think is so funny about getting this put on is they like take this little square of sandpaper first and they like sandpaper you down and then rub it with alcohol before they apply the pads just to make sure that they stick. I haven't had one of these actually for a really long time. It's been a couple years since I've had one. So it looks like these sticker pads are actually a little bit different than ones I've had in the past. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I have to wear it for 20 to 24 hours and then I can take it off. And the worst part about taking it off is these stickers right here. My gosh, these things stick like so bad. They're really hard to get off. I remember like when I would get them done when I was younger, I would just go in the shower and just like warm water and like try to pry them off, and oh my gosh, they leave you so sticky too. I mean, these adhesives really do stick, which I just think is a funny part of getting the Holter monitor done. But yeah, I basically just wear it for 24 hours. Also, there is a little diary that I have to fill out. Actually, not required to. The guy was actually like, some people don't actually write anything, but you're supposed to write like if you work out, different things like, you know, eating or taking a nap, going to sleep, that type of stuff. Just in case there are any irregularities in your heart monitor recording, then they can track those, I suppose. I actually haven't had one of these done in a couple years because I actually have a medical device implanted called an implantable loop recorder. It's literally right here in my chest underneath my skin. It's like the size of a USB. I had it implanted about 4.5 years ago in the summer of 2016. I didn't get Holter monitors done for the past couple years because I've had that device implanted, but I just found out last month when I came to Mayo to get a reading of it that the battery actually died. The battery usually only lasts 3 to 5 years anyways, so I hadn't had a reading of it since like May of 2019, so battery is dead, which is just throwing some curveballs in my life, but that's kind of the reason why I am getting my checkups done right now instead of, I was supposed to have them done in May because I think I do them like every 2 years, I think is the timeline I'm on right now. And yeah, so that's kind of why I'm having these tests done right now. Like I said, I usually have them done regularly anyways, but I'm fast forwarding it right now because I need to have a meeting with my cardiologist, which I'm having tomorrow, to discuss some things in regards to my implantable loop recorder to see if I need to get it implanted again or if I can just, you know, live my life with it as is. In the future, I would love to get it taken out. I hate having it, honestly. Like, I mean, hate's a pretty strong word, but I definitely don't enjoy having it. It doesn't affect my life, but it affects my life in so many ways. It is totally livable it doesn't really get in the way, but also like gets in the way. It's like kind of hard to explain. I mean, like it doesn't affect my like, you know, daily life in terms of like moving and eating and, you know, that type of stuff. But things that bothers me is like sometimes doing certain exercises. I'm always like nervous that I'm gonna like move it or something, even though it's like pretty secure in there. That's just probably like my own personal like thoughts being like, oh my gosh, don't hurt it. And also at night I am a sleeper on my stomach. Like I love to sleep on my stomach, so it bothers me a lot. I have to like get in like the correct position if beds are like too hard, or like the one I sleep on here, it's got like a foam topper. If I lay like wrong on it, because it's like an egg cart foam topper, it can be uncomfortable, which just is kind of funny because I spend so many nights in different hotel rooms when I'm on layovers. Sometimes hotel rooms, like the beds just really are terrible for me, and it affects my sleep because I struggle to fall asleep if I can't get in a comfortable position to fall asleep. So just like minor things like that really aren't like big life struggles, but just small things like that where I lay in a bed in a hotel at night and I'm like, oh, this bed is not meant for me. For sleeping tonight. It's just not a good match. So that's just kind of like an annoying thing I have to deal with. But that kind of sums up my long QT appointments for today. They were actually so quick getting me in, which was really nice. And I was able to get this done like 30 minutes early as well. And then I have another appointment tomorrow. And this is the dreaded appointment that I really don't like to do, but it's the exercise test. Get a little sweaty before I have my meeting with my cardiologist. Also, for some backstory, I was diagnosed with long QT, I want to say like 11 or 12 years ago. I honestly don't know how long at this point. It's been a while, but we found out because my oldest sister was experiencing symptoms and was misdiagnosed with epilepsy and eventually went into cardiac arrest. And through that, we found out that my family has long QT, and it was passed along from my dad to me and my two sisters, so all three of us have it. There's a 50-50 chance of a parent passing the gene down to their child, and of course 3 for 3, we all got it. But there's also different spectrums of long QT that you can be on. Like I have the gene, but like electronically in my like readings and my like EKGs and stuff, I don't like show up with my long QT. So I guess like the brief explanation that I can give you as to like what a QT is like the resting of your heartbeat in between beats, if that makes sense. So everybody has a QT, but if your heart rests too long, your QT is long, and that leaves room for your heart to go into cardiac arrest or to cause you to have seizures. That's like the extent of my knowledge of long QT. I probably do know more, but I just don't know how to explain it. So basically, through that whole thing with my sister, we found out that we all have long QT. Also, just in case I freaked you out by saying my sister went into cardiac arrest, she is actually fine by like pure miracle. She had a full recovery, has lived a great life since then. Honestly, like full recovery. Like it's absolutely insane. Like medically, she was dead. She flatlined. Like full recovery in 2 weeks, by the way. Like I don't know how she did it. It's pretty insane. She's a lawyer now, like living her dream. So through that, my family found out that we have long QT, and I've just been dealing it with it ever since. So like I was saying, everyone has a long QT. If yours is like above 500 or 600, it can be dangerous. Mine is below that limit. So like I said, I have the gene, but like electronically, I don't like show up as long QT, which is really frustrating because I'm like, I just have the gene, but I haven't had anything like negative else like associated with it. And then I think I mentioned I have the implanted loop recorder that I got put in summer of 2016. Battery is dead now, and yeah, that's just like one of the extra like precautions that can be done. Also, some of the ways that patients are also handled: heart medication, taking like a beta blocker, as well as another option is a denervation surgery. And what they basically do is they clip, I believe, 3 nerves on your left hand side, like underneath your armpit. They go in and surgically clip 3 nerves, and that basically stops the adrenaline that would go to your heart, which would cause those symptoms such as cardiac arrest or seizure or a fainting spell. And the funny thing with that surgery is that when you have the denervation surgery, you do not sweat on your left side. So like if you're doing a hard workout and you're sweating, like you're gonna be red on this side and just normal tone on this side. It's honestly super interesting to see in person. It's pretty crazy how our bodies function and how surgeries like that can affect us. I do not personally have that surgery done. That is kind of more for someone who has a higher QT, long QT, longer QT, I suppose you could say. And then the highest like form of, I don't know, preventative care you could do is having an implanted defibrillator, an ICD, installed, implanted in your body. So that is another option for patients to have. Like I said, I don't have either of those, which I'm very grateful for. But some patients do have to deal with that, and it's pretty scary, but I guess that's just like one of the precautions that you can take in order to make sure that you are healthy and dealing with your condition in the best way possible. All right, it's the following morning. Marla wanted to be in the video, but I just woke up and I'm taking my Holter monitor off because it's been on for 24 hours. And I'm so excited to take it off because after I worked out yesterday, I was pretty sweaty and I couldn't really like take the monitor off to shower. But anyways, you're not allowed to shower in it, so I just had to like sponge bath. So I'm super excited to shower today. So I just am gonna take it off, and then I just have to drop it off back at the clinic when I go in for my treadmill test. And I forgot to say, it's actually called, I think, a stress test. And that's what I'm doing today. So I'm so excited for this part. Just like pop these off. It's like so satisfying. And then I'm gonna get in the shower and try to get these off just because they make you pretty sticky and they're actually pretty tough to get off. I just finished that test. I think it went really well. I'm a bit sweaty. I just gotta go up the floor and go meet with my cardiologist now. And then that's pretty much it for today. Finished up all my appointments and I am home now, but I'll tell you a little bit about the stress test / treadmill test because it's actually pretty interesting. And I know I said like I dread that test. Basically, it's like when you're a kid and you're like, oh man, I don't want to go to gym class today because we have to run the mile. Like that's how I feel about doing the stress test. It's really not bad at all. But how the test works, they hook you up to a monitor. They put all these like little sticky heart pads with the leads on it, kind of like the Holter monitor had. And then they check your blood pressure, and then you get on a treadmill, and every 2 minutes they increase the incline and the speed of the treadmill, and then they check your blood pressure as you're running, and obviously it's monitoring your heart and how your heart functions under stress, aka like when you're working out. And the part that, oh hi, my dog wants to be up here. Okay, and my dog wanted to be in the video really quick. The part of the stress test that I always am like, oh my gosh, it's the worst, is you have to wear like a face mask. Sorry. It measures your breathing, and it's actually not the worst. I feel like the first time I had to wear the mask, I was like, this sucks, but it wasn't that bad this time. Also, my cardiologist said that I was in like the best whatever cardiovascular health. I don't remember the exact wording of what he said, but I'm like, I know I've been working out, it's great. So I feel like reassuring that I'm in like good health right now. She's gonna keep being in it because she keeps barking when I put her down. Anyways, I had an appointment with my cardiologist then after I cooled down in the waiting room when I was nice and sweaty from the treadmill test. Oh, by the way, the treadmill test, like it gets really fast, and like at an incline, like towards the end, I was like running and whew, I was definitely like out of breath. But that's kind of why I always like dread the test, because I'm like, I want to do good. I want to make sure I'm doing good. Anyways, I met with my cardiologist. We discussed my implanted loop recorder and how I, at this time, am not needing it to get replaced. Hi. My hands are super cold. I think she's shaking because my hands are cold. Let's see if she won't keep barking. You're okay. Anyways, yeah, so that meeting went well, and then I'm just back home now. Yeah, so that pretty much like sums up what my appointments look like with lung QT. Like I said, I'm in good health. My lung QT is great. I've been asymptomatic my whole life. Still no symptoms, no issues there. My QT is low. Like it's not usually, like I said, I think I said earlier in the video, like above 500 is like the part where like that's like long QT. This is my like layman terms for long QT. I do not do it justice. Anyways, my QT was averaging at like, I think he said like in the 460s. So great, like definitely in good health. So it's always nice to have those appointments and just be reassured that you're, you know, good and healthy. But yeah, that's pretty much what my life is like living with lung QT and appointment wise. So I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing a little about my lung QT and what that's like, whether you've heard about lung QT before or you watched this video because you know, were looking into lung QT and wanted to know more about it. This is what my life is like as a person living with lung QT. Like I said, it doesn't really affect my life in a lot of ways, but it is definitely it's a huge part of my life, a huge part of who I am. And I don't know, I hope this video was informative to you guys, not only about long QT, but a little bit more about me. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time on the Daily Departure.